Okay, so some time has passed. I'm starting the flatbed project. This is some of the tubing I got. These will be for the main rails. Going to weld those nuts in flat like I did there, both sides, so it's a captured nut. That's an M12 fine thread, lots of strength. There's going to be 8 supporting the box. So these will be the lower rails. Then I'm going to have another 2-inch tube on top of it, slightly thinner wall to raise it up even more just for tire clearance. But yeah, here's a quick time lapse of welding these up. So there we have it. Those are all welded up. Looks like I got decent enough penetration. They'll be a little high, but they also mount to rubber, so I won't have to worry about the actual flatness of the surface. But yeah, it's cold out. I have to crack the door just so I don't get smoked out of here. And then couldn't find my safety glasses, so I was using the helmet, safety glasses, because I don't want wire wheel bristles in my eyes, especially on Boxing Day. Terrible. But yeah, after this, I'm gonna have to mount those to the box, and then I'll tack the top bars onto those to line them up, and then I'll square it out, and then I'll have to build out from that. But yeah, this is just step one. Okay, that is the 4th rail. I just finished welding 2 on each side, and that's just for now. So I don't know if you can see how we're going here. So this is 1/8 wall. This is 3/16 wall. I wanted the extra height. I already had the 1/8 wall purchased. So that's what I'm going to use to make most of the deck. All 3 rails are 1/8, and the last one is 3/16. Yeah, save on weight a little bit. I don't think I even need 3/16 all the way through, but that's what I bought. That's what I have. So yeah, I'm going to get these mounted and then tack the side rails on, and then I can finish welding it all up, just because, well, it's just me today, so I don't think I'll be able to get anybody to help me carry it in. So I think this is where I'm going to stop for today, but you'll see the rails going on soon enough. Okay, now I'm setting up to do the side rails, so I'm going to put you on time lapse. Well, there it is. The bed is, let's say like a heavy duty tacked together. I just ran most of a bead on top. Definitely have to finish weld it out, but no, it turned out really good for like how square it is. I was happy about that. Little long here, a little longer in the front. I'm thinking about putting a like angle iron or a plate to fill up the gap. We'll see once I get the rear bumper on. But another thing too, it is gonna have a body mount in there, so it will raise it up maybe another half an inch to an inch. Right now there is about 4 inches of clearance to the top of the tire as it sits now. There's about 5 inches to the bump stop. Not super worried about it. You know, since this box doesn't have sides, it's not going to be loaded with gravel or anything like that. And hopefully I will be getting airbags to level it out when I do start carrying heavier stuff with it, just so I don't rub the tires. But it'll be hitting the boards anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to pull it off. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for my dad tomorrow, and then he's gonna give me a hand to pull this thing off. Bleed the brakes, because the brakes are a bit of a mess from changing everything. But yeah, that's it for tonight. So I got the bed off with the help of my dad. Now it's time to time lapse a ton of welding. Well, that was a pretty long time lapse. So I did all the top welding. I put end caps on all the ones I can reach, most of the welds. I don't know what I'm gonna do in there. I think I have to wait until it's on his back to actually get in there. But yeah, four caps per bar. So I did 12 caps while they grinded. Yeah, I didn't go crazy on the prep just because it's just end caps, like they're not holding anything. The welds don't look that great, so be it. But yeah, it's ready to at least flip over and get the other side. Slash, gotta get that top rail. Haven't done anything on that one. But yeah, all these added extra beads all along that, so there'll be like, man, 4 or 5 decent beads on each one. Way better than the pinch welds from factory. So okay, gonna take a break, and then maybe I'll come back out here later. Okay, so cleaned off my big work table. I took the vise off, took the bench grinder off so I could mount or set the bed on top of it. Now I'm going to work on making supports to raise that and hold it. Yeah, so I'll have a toolbox, and then there will still be room underneath to slide boards or 2x4s or sheets of drywall or whatever, so I don't lose all the space underneath it, and I'll still have storage. So luckily should be pretty easy because these two rails are the same size. So I just have to make some stands off that. I couldn't find, well, I didn't have enough tube to use all tube, so I'm going to use just angle iron at the top, and then I'll have my tubes running up to support it. And I think I'm going to run a piece along the back, or even maybe the front. I'm not sure. One of the sides will get the angle iron. Probably the back, just because it'll be easier to remove it if I need to remove it. But like that's the thing too. Like I'll still have those stands there anyway. So, but yeah, this is my solution to not having a tonneau cover, anything loose. I also have some D-rings that I'll be attaching to the sides so I can tie stuff down easily. And then once I get this thing painted, I'll be able to get the deck boards. Yeah, deck boards, and this thing will be ready to install. So here's a time lapse of me building this thing up to hold it. I am limited on tube height. Those are the lengths I got, so that'll be max height. So hopefully I'll have 3 or 4 inches off the decking, just so I can slide stuff underneath. So, what do you think? So, yeah, fair amount of room underneath, There's only gonna be like 1.5 inches of wood to the top, so it leaves me a fair amount to slide underneath. Obviously, this thing's not gonna sit right perfect because it's used, beat up. Paid $60 for the toolbox, but I think it accomplished what I wanted to do. That's the other thing too, like all these boxes are universal, so if I do find a better deal on a different one, I can always upgrade to that. But for now, I think this is perfect for me. I don't need any more than this. But yeah, I just gotta finish welding the tops and capping off the tops, and obviously it's not going to be perfectly level. Then again, nothing's level on a GMC truck anyways from the factory, so should fit just right. Off by myself. Luckily this table moves. Would have had to call my dad over. There's no way Kelsey was helping with that one, but very happy. So mocked up the bumper. I just gotta make some plates to go down here to mount the lights, and the lights sit actually like perfect right here. Wood is gonna come right to the end. All very happy with all that. Check the tire to side clearance. It's about 6.5 inches, which is more than enough. The toolbox won't sit too high, and it'll look, pretty flush with the window, so it doesn't look like it's out of place or too low or too high. The only thing that's going to be a little tough is the fuel filler, right? So it goes in this area here. I made some marks. I kind of just want like some sort of plate. Really wish I had an extra, 2 or 3 inches on that hose. Maybe I'll look into getting a longer filler neck hose, which, shouldn't be unreasonable. But yeah, I actually should have most of the steel anyways. I don't think I have to make any trips to go out. But getting closer to paint. So got those D-rings. Gotta make a home for those guys. Those are like, I got 10 of them for $45, so $4 a D-ring, which is pretty good. I think I'm just gonna put them on the sides. I thought about, I don't know. I might put some, like one on each side. The only thing I'm worried about is this is pretty thick, but that's pretty thin. And then, realistically, you'd be strapping it from that to that. I think you'd be putting a pretty good bow on that, like using a ratchet strap. Well, I don't know. Then again, I'll be using it, so I don't think it, I don't know, it might be all right. It's not gonna hurt anything if I just put them on. I just might not be able to use them. I guess worst case, it'll be, out $8 and, 10 minutes to weld them on. But yeah, I think I'll put 6 of those D-rings on, like one back here, one right before there, one up there. So, put you on a time lapse and you can watch me mess around with that. I think I'm gonna start with the lights, knock that out. And then I'm going to mess around with the D-rings, so that can be finished. I figured out what size bolts I need. So, yeah, watch along. there is the bed on the frame. Yeah, I still need to do lights, wiring the lights in, and the decking. I'm just taking a bit of a break on it because of the trailer project. I want to get that thing out of my driveway. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Also, it looks like I'm going to be doing some repairs on these cross members as well. So there will definitely be a video on that. And stay tuned for the second part of the bed build / finishing of the bed. Okay, thank you. Bye.